And I would say that is its logical nature. That is the logic of the situation. No wonder can excel the logicality of a situation. If it is not a logical situation, if it is not a logicality, then it becomes mysticism, a kind of a belief. Inexplicable mysticism, inexplicable jadoo. I am not talking about jadus or inexplicabilities. I am only explaining the explicable logicality of a situation. The truth situation is absolutely logical, meaning it is seen a form, but it continues to be formless. That is its wondrous nature. It continues to be the substance of the truth. It is at once the substance of the form and unqualified by the form. Naturally, because it is adhyasa. Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji says, jahan adhyas hota hai, the adhyastha doesn't, adhisthana is not, the adhyastha doesn't affect the adhisthana even a little. Yatra yadadhyasaha tat kritena gunena doshena va anumatrena pisana sambadhyate, he says. Even an anu matra, even a little, there is no connection between there is no tangible connection, there is no noun-adjective relationship, even a little, between the fact and the error. Fact and error relationship is different from a noun and adjective relation. That is the wondrous situation. What is wondrous about it? The only wonder is, my God, it has been me and I have been looking out. It has been me. One is struck with wonderment. Truth is not a wonder, please. Man's, how he misses is a wonder. How we the jivas miss our existence is a wonder. That is also not a wonder ultimately, because I am all the time interested in the objects. That the non-understanding of a fact leads to a misunderstanding of a fact. There is nothing, it's very logical. And ignorance presupposes a fact, that's also very logical. And ignorance leads to error, very logical. And the error can create problems, that is also very logical. What is wonder? What is the definition of wonderment, ji? That creates a problem for all thinkers, I am telling you. Please define wonderment. What is wonderment? Just we use the word, one of the emotions. One of the emotions. Abruptness is a wonder. Unexpected things happen, wonder. This is just emotion, like likes and dislikes are emotions. Wonderment also is an emotion. But Atma is at once the source of the name and form, and yet unqualified by the form, is not a wonderment. It's a fact, it's a logical. It's not a logical wonder, it is logical. Bas. I don't want to bring in wonder at all, because you start swinging. Oh, great wonder. Atma is a great. This swinging frightens me a lot. Yes. Then you become mystical, you start imagining things. 2 + 2 make 4, what is there to swing about it? Oh, 2 + 2. What is there about it? There is nothing to swing, please. Sing, but don't swing. Tasya ascharya dasham tam tam. A jnani's wondrous state. Tadrishayeva janate, only other jnanis understand. Even other jnanis don't understand A jnani can never understand. A jnani can understand the teaching, whether it is right or wrong. Whether the other person is a jnani or not, nobody can figure out. Only a jnani, he himself knows. Whether I know it or not, he only knows. Bhagavan knows. You cannot divine, you cannot have it, you can't divine means you can't have an insight into a jnani's mind. At best you can only say he is a good man. He is a kind man. That is not synonymous with being a Brahmajnani. He is a good man, he is a kind man, compassionate man, rich man, etc. You can only judge his ethical qualities, but you can't judge his whether he has knowledge or not. And therefore, even to say that only a jnani can understand another jnani is meaningless. A jnani can understand whether the teaching given by anybody is right teaching or wrong teaching. Bas itna hi hai. A jnani has to speak about the truth. Then another jnani can understand whether it is right or wrong. If he has already had a proper traditional teaching, if he has gone through the study, then if somebody says something, well, is it in keeping with the prakriya or is it not in keeping with the prakriya? A person can judge well. In that sense, we can say a jnani can understand. Another jnani is a very, very, very widely quoted statement. Only a jnani can know a jnani. How can a jnani know another jnani? In my view, a lot of quotable quotes have to disappear from the earth. They're all wrong. You can only know your being. You cannot know another jiva, please. You cannot know what is happening in his mind. It's not pratyaksham. It is only when he says his thoughts, you know his thoughts. Otherwise, you don't know his thoughts. And understanding is something even deeper than thought. It is more intimate than thought. When you know that you know. But when the other person knows, you cannot figure out whether the other person knows. And therefore, only jnanis come to know the wondrous state of the jnanis is a mystical statement. I don't subscribe to this statement at all. Santushtopi na santushtaha. Even though the truth is by nature choicelessly santushtaha, but na santushtaha, it is not derived from the object. Khinnopi na cha khidyate. As a jiva it looks depressed, but it is not depressed. It is the source of everything and yet not qualified by anything. And that makes it look a wondrous thing. It looks wondrous, it is taught wondrous, but it is peaceful. Even wonderment is a thought, please. Like love is a thought, hate is a thought, wonderment also is a thought. Can it qualify the truth? Can we say the truth is a wonder? No. Truth is only peaceful. Truth is free from wonderment. In deep sleep state, is there wonderment? In deep sleep state, is there wonderment? Swamiji, in the deep sleep state, I sit down, I keep on wondering what might happen when I wake up. Hey Rama, kuch nahi. Truth is not a wonder. Truth is not a thought. Truth is free from being every thought. Truth is unqualified by any thought. Tam tam tadrisha eva janate. Only a jnani knows. A person who understands the truth only understands the truth. Vidvanepa vijanati. Vidva jana parishram. That is understandable. A scholar knows the parishrama that one has to go through to become a scholar. Only a scholar can understand what all the other scholars must have done to become a scholar. That is all right. Only a rich man knows really another rich man because what all he must have done to become rich. But a jnani cannot? No, a jnani. Clear this one? Satisfaction is not a thought. Satisfaction is only being. Therefore, when you make a lot of money, then you feel satisfied. That is a thought of satisfaction derived from an object called money. Your children are well settled. It is a thought of satisfaction derived from a situation. A thought of satisfaction derived from the object is different from just being full. Truth is by nature satisfaction. It can't be fuller than what it is. That is its satisfaction. The space can't be bigger than its size. Choicelessly, if it has a mind, it has to be full. A space can't be bigger than what it is. The self cannot be bigger than its fullness, that is unlimited. The infinite cannot be bigger than infinitude. Existence cannot be bigger than existence because existence is eternal. And therefore, by nature the self is santushtaha. It doesn't have a derived satisfaction. A jiva goes about deriving satisfaction, deriving from the objects. It goes about deriving. And a man who derives the satisfaction maximum, he is called a successful man. A man who derives pleasures from the objects is called a successful man. A man who derives relaxation from the objects is called a successful man. But even relaxation by nature cannot be relaxation is the very nature of the being. And comforts can only avoid discomforts. The objects of comfort cannot give comfort, please. It's a very, very deep point, very difficult for me to convey. The objects of comfort. The AC can avoid heat. It may give coolness, but it cannot give peace of your being. When the heat is avoided, you abide. Abba, the heat is gone. Then you abide in yourself. When the discomfort is not there, you abide in yourself. When you abide in yourself, you are peaceful. That peacefulness is not the result of any gadget. Therefore, truth's satisfaction is not derived. This is over, Ji. Next verse. Kartavyataiva sansaraha natam pashyanti surayah shunyakara nirakara nirvikara niramayaha. Suri means a thinking person. Suri means the one who chintakaha, vicharakaha is called Suri. Kartavyata eva sansaraha. In fact, the desire to achieve more and more. I have a lot of duties to be done in life. I have something to do. I have something to achieve. I have something to become. This thinking is called sansara. The sense that I have a duty to do, the sense that I have something to do, because I have something to achieve, because I have something to become. I have something to become. I have something to achieve. Therefore, I have something to do. I have something to do is because that's called kartavyata. I have something to do. The sense that I have something to do because I have something to aptavyam, I have something to bhavitavyam, to become. I want to become something extra, something better. I have to become something better. I have to better myself. I have to better myself. I have to better my possessions. Therefore, I have to do the duties. Always thinking in terms of duties and achievements and becoming is called sansara. Kartavyata eva sansara. It's not just doing a duty is sansara. The sense that I have to achieve something, I have to become something, that is called. Supposing you do your duty which is connected solely to your survival, it's not connected to your achieving or your becoming. Even your achievement, if it is not connected to that I want to become something bigger, then if you achieve something for survival, it's not a problem. If you do something for survival, it's not a problem. But actually the illusion lies in I have to become better. I have to become better. I have to become bigger. That sense that I have to become is the illusion. The desire to achieve need not be an illusion because I need to achieve something for my survival. I need to do for something. I need to do something for my survival. Doing anything for survival is a need. Achieving something for survival is a need. But the thinking that I have to become bigger and bigger and bigger. I have to become better and better and better. That's an illusion because you cannot become better than what you are. Kartavyata eva sansara natam pashyanti surayah. The wise men do not see any kartavyata to be done, any something to be achieved or something to become. They don't see this sansara. Shunyakaraha. And the sansara is shunyam for them. Shunyakaraha means in terms of objects they are shunyam. In terms of objects. It is not shunyakaraha, they are purnakaraha, but in terms of objects, like in the deep sleep state, the objects are non-existent. When the objects are non-existent, we call it as shunyam. But when the objects are non-existent, the subject is existent. So it is the presence of the subject minus the objects. Therefore, the presence of the subject minus the objects makes it Purnam. The presence of the subject unrelated to the objects, unqualified by the objects, free from the objects, as free from time it is eternal, as free from space it is unlimited, as free from the object it is absolute. Therefore, in terms of objects it is Shunyakara. The truth is Shunyam of the objects. In that sense it is Shunyam. Nirakara, it is formless. The truth is formless. He is explaining this verse in terms of as the description of the Jnanis, but I am describing it as the nature of the truth. Nirakara, the truth is Nirakara. The truth is Shunyakara, meaning the self is something as free from the, see, from the creation point of view, the Atma is the source of everything. Wonderful, sir. It is the source of everything. But from its own point of view, it is free from the creation and source-creation relationship. Therefore, in that sense, it is creation-free. Creation-source relationship free. Time-free. Space-free. Pain-free. Individuality-free. As free from everything. That is called neti, neti, neti. As free from everything, from keeping in view the things. These things are not there in which. That is called Shunyakara. But it needs to be understood dexterously. The absence of the object implies the presence of the subject sans the object. The absence of the object means the presence of the subject sans the object. That makes it full. Therefore, from Adhyaropa Drishti it is Shunyakara. From the Adhyaropa Drishti the truth is Shunyam. From the Swarupa Drishti it is Purnam. Yes. If you can understand this point, you are a very big person, Ji. If this is not understood, then you are useless. Is it true, Swamiji? Yes. Because you have to, in fact, the only thing where you have to use your dimag is Vedanta Ji. You don't have to use all your dimag in the kitchen. There's nothing there. You don't have to use your dimag greatly in your business. तो थोड़ा बहुत भगवान दे देता है. If you work, थोड़ा भगवान दे देता है. If you don't work also, भगवान थोड़ा दे देता है. It's nothing great. भगवान थोड़ा दे देता है and you think you have made it and all that. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Your प्रारब्ध. Therefore, intelligence, even without intelligence you can survive, Ji. There are so many animals which have no intelligence. That sloth, Ji. What intelligence it has? It is so sluggish. And still it survives. Python, sluggish. It survives for years and years. Nothing great about it. Intelligence is meant to be used. If you are really intelligent, look into Vedanta and see what it is. Figure it out. At least keep battling with it till the last breath. In fact, if the intelligence can't win the battle, at least let it be. Let it keep battling. Let it keep battling. Let it keep battling. Because intelligence is meant to understand. We can't use intelligence for indulgence. Indulgence is the result of non-intelligence. Intelligence is meant for understanding. And therefore, the truth is Shunyam and also Purnam. Shunyam means Shunyam of the universe. Shunyam of a relationship. But from its own point of view, it is Purnam. Placid waters of the ocean. It is Shunyam of all the waves. It is shunyam of all the waves. But from its own point of view, it is Purnam. It is Purnam. Therefore, when the Buddhists say it is shunyam, they take from the object's point of view it is shunyam. From its own point of view also it is shunyam. It has no its own point of view because it doesn't exist. Because for them, truth is nothing but absence of the universe. Because this whole universe really comes to an end. At least, my senses come to an end, my thoughts come to an end, my perceptions come to an end, the universe comes to an end. When everything comes to an end, then me as an individual also comes to an end. Then what is there? Is only shunyam, nothing is there. They say nothing remains. Vedanta says yes, nothing remains. Nothing remains, nothing is separate from you. Nothing can stand separate from you, and you are full. A Shunyavadi says no wave remains, whereas a Vedanta says no wave is separate from water. They talk the language of perishability, we talk the language of oneness. And therefore they never say Purnam, they always say Shunyam. Therefore Ashtavakraja also is using the word Shunyakara. Truth is Shunyam, it is only from Adhyaropa Drishti. But from Swarupa Drishti it is Purnam. Nirakara, it is free from all the forms. Nirvikara, it is change free. It is form free. And it is object free. Niramayaha, it is pain free. Amaya means bimari. Amaya means sickness. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nyayena margena mahim mahishaha go brahmanebhya shabhamastu nityam. What is that? Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyaha prithvi sashishalini deshoyam. What is that? Niramaya. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha sarve santu niramayaha. Niramayaha means free from sickness. Truth doesn't suffer from any sickness. Don't say that jnanis are don't fall sick. It creates a problem. Truth is shunyam and yet purnam. Atma is form free. Atma is change free. Atma is beginning free. Atma is end free. Your nature is end free. And by nature you are sickness free. A person who understands as long as he lives, he continues to be an individual. As an individual, he is subject to fall sick, etc. He has a form also, he changes also, everything. Therefore, don't describe a jnani. Don't describe a jnani. There is a flaw in it. Number one, it is impossible to describe a jnani. You can only, and it is illogical to think of describing a jnani. There is no such a thing called jnani. There is only Atma and Anatma. And the one who thinks that Atma is Anatma is Ajnani. That same Atma, the same truth is called Ajnani. And when a person sees the distinction between Atma and Anatma, then as a person he is called, the same Ajnani is called Jnani. Therefore, in order to become Jnani, you have to be first Ajnani. Yes. Very, very important. And therefore one is studying, says, Swamiji, I am trying to be Ajnani so that I can become a Jnani. Hey Bhagavan, you don't have to try to be an Ajnani. Enough of it is there. Therefore, always think in terms of Atma Anatma, truth and appearance, rather than person and person. Never contrast between person and person. Never think in terms of Rama and Ravana. Ye Ram hai, ye Ravana hai, etc. I say all jivas are a combination of Atma and Anatma. Every jiva is a confusion between Atma and Anatma. Is it not true, Ji? Ravana is a confusion between Atma and Anatma. Even Rama was a confusion between Atma and Anatma. Lakshmana was a confusion between Atma and Anatma. And if you look upon Shiva in an individual form, it is a confusion between Atma and Anatma. Even a mosquito is a confusion between Atma and Anatma. And therefore life should be lived in order to discern between Atma and Anatma, rather than discern between man and man. Jnani and Jnani, Jnani and Ajnani, this kind of comparing one person to another person creates ragadveshas. Clear, Ji? Next verse, Ji. Akurvannapi sanshobhat Vyagra sarvatra mudadihi Kurvannapi tu krityani Kushalohi nirakulaha. Truth in the form of the jiva. Truth in the form of the jiva. Akurvannapi. Here it is. That is second line. Akurvannapi. Doing as a jiva. Akurvannapi. Without doing anything also. While doing, a jiva is depressed while doing something. And even when he is relaxing, he is depressed, because his depression is not due to doing or not doing. His depression is due to the view that I am a jiva. Ye pakadna chahiye. An ajnani, when he is doing, an individual when he is doing, he is an individual. And when he is not doing anything, when he is relaxing also, he is an individual. On a weekday he is a jiva. And on a chutti ka din he is a jiva. And when he is depressed, his depression is not due to the fact that he is working, is not due to the fact he is relaxing. His depression is due to the view that I am a jiva. This you have to capture. Depression is not a product of situation, please. I am talking about the universal depression, the universal struggle. Akurvannapi sanshobhat. He becomes restless. And a jiva, even when he is not doing, even when he is relaxing, sanshobhat, due to restlessness, Vyagraha, he is restlessly occupied. Sarvatra, everywhere. Mudadihi, the ignorant. The ignorant is always preoccupied with his restless mind, though he is relaxing. He is busy doing nothing. He busies himself. Even though he is doing nothing, he busies himself. He busies himself, even though he does nothing. Why? Because of that one view that I am a jiva. That is the nucleus of the problem. That view that I am a jiva. This is not understood by the jiva. Jiva's problem is his own view that I am a jiva. The wave's problem is its own the wave's problem is its own view that I am a wave. If it corrects its view that I am a wave, I am water, but I'm not a wave, but I am water, then its problem is over. Similarly, human problem is the view that I am a jiva. A jiva means an embodied individual conscious being. I am an individual conscious being. I am a conscious being, but I am a individual conscious being. I am a limited conscious being. Or I am a limited physiological being. I am a limited time-bound being. He can give any adjective of himself, I am a limited conscious being. I am a limited thinking being, person. I am a limited physiological being. I am a limited temporal being. I am a limited born being in this manner. This view. The unlimited is viewing itself as limited. As limited, it can't be restful place, because restfulness is synonymous with unlimitedness. Restfulness is synonymous with unlimitedness. And therefore, when a person is living with the idea that I am limited, it has to be restless. When you are restless, doing nothing, you can be restless. That is called busy doing nothing. You are mentally restless. Vyagraha. Vyagraha means, restless. हिंदी में उसको कहते हैं बेचैन. बेचैन बेचैन है. अकुर्वन्नपि संक्षोभात् व्यग्रः सर्वत्र मूढ़धि. But the truth, understanding itself, kurvannapi, even though it does things, karte hue bhi, krityani, certain duties, like in the case of an avatar, like in the case of Bhagavan Krishna, like in the case of Bhagavan Rama, like in the case of any wise person. There again it is the truth, understanding itself as the truth, as an individual, even if it does things. Kushalohi nirakula, he is free from all akulata. He is free from bechayanness. He doesn't have any bechayan. The truth with the knowledge that I am the truth. The truth with the knowledge that I am the truth does everything useful for others, and yet it doesn't have any bechayan. With the inner fullness, you do everything, you don't feel any bechayan. Because the bechayan is the result of the view that I am an individual. This is there, Ji. When will the problem go away? When will the problem be corrected? That is not important. We have to understand correctly what is the problem. The problem is not an object. It is not a thought. It is not an emotion. It is the view, which is of course in the form of a thought. It is a view that I am a form. It is not one emotion. We always live with the idea in life that our problem is our attachment, etc. It is nothing, Ji. Attachment cannot be a problem. Because attachment is within your hands, you can get detached. What is there? The object of your attachment dies, let us say, then it's gone. Attachment is not, don't live with the idea that human problem is attachment. No. Fundamental problem. Maybe it is a topical problem, day to day some problem. That is also a temporal problem. It is called a topical problem. I am using these terms, please understand. It's an empirical problem, temporal problem, topical problem. Attachment can be a topical problem, but self-wrong view is the fundamental problem. Attachment may be, poverty may be topical problem. There are so many problems which are topical. Ill health is a topical problem. Poverty is a topical problem. Lack of cleanliness is a topical problem. Thus, human beings have got countless topical problems, and he is all the time attending to topical problems. He is only attending to the topical problems. And whenever a given topical problem is solved, he feels little relief. And whenever he gets a relief, his conclusion becomes stronger, that all that I have to do is only keep solving the topical problems. Because whenever I solve a topical problem, I get a relief. Whenever I solve my ill health, I get a relief. Whenever I make little more money, I get a relief. Whenever I clean my house, there is a relief. Therefore, whenever a topical problem is solved, there is a relief, and one goes on strengthening the conclusion that my only problem is topical problems. Therefore, his dedication to solve the topical problems grows. He becomes more and more dedicated to solving his topical problems. And if you tell him about the fundamental problem, he is not convinced. Human problems are his topical problems. Therefore, just as one needs to discern between Atma and Anatma, one also needs to discern between the topical problems and the fundamental. This is a very important thing. Every jiva has the problem of, every jiva is the truth viewing itself as that given form. Self-error is the fundamental problem of every living being. If that is understood, then you have really struck depths into the reality. The problem is only self-error. Sukhamaste sukheshete Sukhamayati yati cha Sukham vakti sukham bhunkte Vyavahare pishantadihi. This verse also is written as a description of a jnani. Again, I am going to describe it as the description of the reality. Sukhamaste, the truth always is peaceful. Truth is sukhamaste. Choicelessly it is peaceful. Sukhe shete, and in sleep also it is peaceful. Sukham ayati, and in the form of the jiva, remaining peaceful it comes. Yati cha, remaining peaceful it goes. Meaning what? Remaining peaceful it does vyavahara. Vyavahara does not stifle the serenity of the being, please. Sound does not stifle the serenity of silence. It does not stifle. Silence is not stifled. Man's attention may be stifled. Man's attention may be stifled. That is different. When my attention is stifled by the sound, I think it is stifling the silence. Therefore, Sukham aste, the truth remains peaceful. Sukhe shete, peacefully, it is peaceful in sleep. Let us not say the truth sleeps peacefully. Truth doesn't sleep peacefully. Truth is peaceful in the state of sleep. When the mind resolves, in the Vyakrita Avastha, the truth is peaceful. When the names and forms are manifest, the self is peaceful. And when the names and forms are unmanifest, the self is peaceful. And when an individual is doing the vyavahara like coming and going, his nature remains peaceful. Sukham Vakti, as an individual, remaining peaceful, the truth in the form of the jiva speaks. It is the truth that speaks in the form of the jiva, remaining peaceful. Sukham Vakti, Sukham Bhunkte, and remaining peaceful in the form of the jiva it enjoys. Vyavaharepi Shantadhihi, and in all Vyavahara it remains peaceful. I have described it as the nature of the reality. And if you translate it as it is, do you know what it means? A jnani lives peacefully and sleeps peacefully, comes peacefully, goes peacefully, and talks peacefully, and enjoys peacefully, and does every interaction peacefully. This is the translation of the verse if you describe it as a jnani. But is there a jnani like that evident? In fact, you can categorically say only truth is peaceful. Truth remains peaceful despite vyavahara, despite bhoga, despite thought, despite waking, despite dream, despite sleep, despite time, despite space, despite creation, despite resolution, truth remains peaceful. This is the teaching given by the Shruti. Shruti does not describe a jnani. The Shruti describes the nature of the truth. And the one who understands that truth is called a jnani. Rather than the Shastra goes about describing a jnani. He is very deceptive. To take up the jnani as for a description is very deceptive, because what is the pramana for a jnani ji? Truth is swata siddham, jnani is not swata siddham. If somebody says, I am a jnani, what is the proof ji? That's why somebody asked me before I came to Delhi. I was giving some talks in Andhra Girvana Vidya Peetham, meaning some Sanskrit school. There is a place called Kovur. Kovur means close to Vizag, between Vizag and Vijayawada, somewhere nearby. I don't remember that. Kovur. Rajamandri ke paas, perhaps. Kovur. And I was asked a question. Are you a jnani? I said, if I say I am a jnani, you have to believe, you have no way of knowing it. I told him. If I say I am an ajnani, then also you have to believe. You have no way of knowing it. Therefore, this question itself, a question whose answer there is no way of knowing, why do you want to ask that question? You listen to me. If it makes sense, continue. If it doesn't make sense, just leave it. What is there? Who is putting pressure on you? That's why I say a jnani should. If somebody says I am a jnani, there is no proof of it. If you talk about the truth, there is a proof of it. What is it? Self-proof. It is self-evident. Your existence is self-evident. That is called Atma. Your existence is self-evident. And your confusion with the form is illogical because you are a conscious being and the body is inert. And if there is a tie between the conscious being and the inert form, definitely it is a confusion. Therefore, Atma is evident, Jnani is not evident. And it is this really that is creating problem in India. Everybody says, I am a Jnani, follow me. All Babas, they create problems. Unless the Indians learn to ask the question, what is the proof? Where is the evidence of what you are talking? Where is the evidence? Either it has to be sense evident. A scientist is respected because he always talks about things which are sense evident. This is the evidence, sir. And Vedanta is the same. Vedanta is talking about you and you are self-evident. Sense evidence alone is not evidence. This is where Vedanta differs from the scientists, logicians. Logicians and the scientists always accept the sense evidence as valid evidence. Sense evidence as valid evidence. Whereas Vedanta says, no, what is sense evident is objects. The one who sees, the observer, is self-evident. The observer of the sense data is not another sense data. He is self-evident. The self-evident also is evident. The seer of the dream, the seer of the waking is sense-evident. The drashta of the waking is self-evident. Therefore, Vedanta can say, yes, I am talking about you, the self-evident. A scientist can say, I am talking about the objects which are sense-evident. What can the Babas tell you? What are they talking about? And this is a Vedantic country, a country that is free from superstitions and stupidities. And the society is slowly becoming more and more superstitious. It is all because we have lost touch with the Shastram. And Shastram means only Vedanta. Vedanta Shastram we have lost. That intelligent approach to spirituality we have lost. We are drifting into superstitions and beliefs, whereas this culture has nothing to do with blind beliefs and superstitions. It is a society that is totally thinks about what is evident. Okay, and therefore it is not Jnani's description. It is the description of the truth. It is the description of the self. Therefore, think in terms of your being and your form, your existence, the subject and the object. Think in terms of the subject and object. Contrast between subject and object. You don't have to compare and contrast between subject and subject. It is always between subject and object. Okay, sir. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.